This is the Darren Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Darren Harris.
Hey, y'all, what's good? Welcome back to the program. I'm your host, Darren Harris, and this is the Darren Harris Podcast. How you feeling this week, folks? Listen, man, I got a quick question for you guys. And the question is this: should black parents continue to let their children hang out in friend groups or in spaces where they are the only black child? That is what's going on social media today. The past couple of days, past few weeks, past couple of months, actually. And the reason why is because we are seeing a rash of black youth being either harmed or unalived or this isn't so killed at the hands of people who are not black. And that has raised the question, where people are starting to see, a black child with a friend group where they are the only black person in that friend group. And that has raised some concerns with black parents, especially after what just happened with Nolan Xavier Wells. In my opinion, that should have never have happened. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today on the podcast. But first, like I said, like I do every week, and like I said, I just want to touch on it, make sure everybody's mental health is doing all right, man, because I know especially all these things, especially black folks, man, we seeing all this stuff in the news involving our children. We got Cyrus Cormac Belton, then we had Carmelo Anthony, that whole case, and now we have this case here. And a lot of people are starting to feel the crunch of mental stress. So I just want to make sure that everybody is taking the opportunity to go out and seek some help, or just seek somebody to talk to in their time of despair, because really, man, we really need somebody to vent this stuff to, because a lot of times when we keep things inside, we end up scarring ourselves and hurting ourselves. So that's not advantageous. So I just want to, again, encourage everybody to go out and seek that help if you are able to. So I'm going to take a quick fast break, and when I come back, we're going to jump into this. All right? I'll be right back.
This is the Darren Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Darren Harris.
All right, y'all, let's get into it, man. The question was, should black parents let their children continue to hang out in friend groups or in spaces where they are the only black person? And I actually did that as a social media post after I saw, well, what happened is I saw what happened with Nolan Xavier Wells. And then I saw a post that a white woman and her family, it was her family, they were on a river, they were paddleboarding on a river, and they overheard what was going on. And there was a black child, and he was with a few of his white friends. And the black child, I guess he was about 16, maybe about 15, 16 or 17. He was in about knee-deep water and couldn't swim, had on a life jacket, but his friends were egging him on to just go ahead and do it, man. Just do it. Go ahead, man. What are you scared of? And he wasn't comfortable. And the white woman and her family on their paddle boards, they went over to the young black man, the young black child, and they gave him a ride over to where he was safe. And she had put in her, she had made the video, and then she put in her captions, black parents have to be careful around white people. I hate to say this as a white person, but you really do need to be careful because it is not always safe. And that was a white person who put that up. And I was kind of not really taken back, but I was kind of like, wow, somebody not black actually, showed some concern. And that led me to make a social media post, which is on TikTok right now. And it's got a little traction because people are definitely, it's definitely a touchy subject that's going on right now because of what's been going on in the news with our children. And this, it's getting worse. I mean, they're finding people hanging from trees. They're dismissing those cases and ruling them as homicides, and people are speaking up saying that, you know, these people would never do that. That's not the character of these people. So a lot of times, you know, even when these things do occur to us, they just get swept under the rug. So I need black people, black parents. I need you to hear me. Now, you know, and this podcast is probably going to make some people uncomfortable. And honestly, I really don't give a fuck, because sometimes uncomfortable conversations are necessary, especially when they can save lives, especially the lives of our children. So I'm always going to get up and I'm going to shout it from the fucking mountaintops, and I'm going to ask those difficult questions and put people on the spot in order to make them, you know, come clean. Show us your true fucking colors, man, because, you know, you motherfuckers talk a good game. Oh, yeah, we're down. But then when we get out in public, you know, a lot of times shit, you're not who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? You're not really safe. Okay? So, I need white people, and I also need black people, black parents, to understand this. We have to stop pretending, okay, that our children's race does not matter when it comes to their safety. We got to stop pretending that. You know, I mean, look at it like this. You could look at the missing persons report, or say something happens on the news to a little white girl. It's going to be all over CBS, ABC, NBC, you know, the tragic story of the little girl who was, you know, abducted, or whatever, you know what I mean? But we don't get those stories. We never get those stories. They don't highlight black children that have been wronged. I mean, rarely, if at all, if ever, have I seen the CBS Evening News, you know, say that this young black child or young black girl or boy, you know, has been, you know, murdered or whatever, and now we need to seek justice. And, you know, I've never seen the police chief come on stage in a press conference and say, we'll do everything in our power to make sure that the people who are responsible for this are brought to jail. Y'all don't fucking see that shit. We don't fucking see that shit. All we really get, oh, well, rule that as a homicide, or oh, it was an accident, or oh, you know, the investigation is a little more complicated than we first expected. Oh, well, the jury just, you know, couldn't come to it, and oh, it was a deadlock. Oh, and it got dismissed, and oh, fuck. Black parents have to once again deal with the lack of accountability after our children have been killed. What the fuck is that, America? I mean, really, not even what the fuck is that, America? What the fuck is that, white America? I mean, really. I mean, fucking really. And I don't want to really harp on white folks, though, because it's other people, too. You know, it's other groups, too. It's other groups that do the same shit to black people when we are the only ones there. You know what I'm saying? It's other groups as well. So we definitely have to watch out. And people, it's getting to the point where, you know, anti-blackness is just being normalized, and people can just do whatever the fuck they want to. They sweep the shit under the rug, and we got to fucking deal with that shit. That shit is starting to become a fucking problem, and that's some shit that we're all going to have to sit around and address eventually. We're going to have to sit down and put that shit right in a fucking chest and say, what the fuck, man? This shit is over. We not doing this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this shit no more. But we also have to be prepared to do whatever is necessary to prevent that shit from happening. And I'm not speaking violently. I'm not saying violence. But we as black people, we are very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We are really, really fucking comfortable. We are all activists and all fucking pro-black until it comes to, oh, well, you know, I got to go because, you know, I can't miss my bills. Or I got to go because, you know, I you know, this, that, you know, some other shit other than standing up for what the shit that you need to be standing up for. We always revert back to, well, you know, I'm just go back in my house and watch my shows and not really worry about what the fuck is going on out in the fucking streets. And that's what the fucking problem is we dismount. We dismount off of the incident. You know what I'm saying? It's active for a minute. We out here protesting and preaching for a second, but the minute somebody says, "Hey man, we all need to boycott this motherfucker and not go to work for the next week," oh no, I can't do that shit. Oh no, I got to go to work. No, you fucking don't. No, the fuck you don't. And the thing you don't understand is without you, your fucking work ain't a fucking job. It ain't fucking work. It ain't shit without you. Without you. Well, they'll just replace us. Fine, let them replace us, and then that way we can give ourselves the opportunities. We can build our own communities. That's the problem. We're afraid to rebuild our own communities. And that mentality has got to fucking stop. And oh, I ain't scared. Yes, the fuck you are. Yes, the fuck you are, because you turn the fuck around and you turn away from the incidents that we experience. You turn away from them. You might acknowledge them. Some people don't even acknowledge that shit. Man, fuck these niggas. But you might acknowledge it for a few minutes. But like I said, when it comes to making any real kind of, impactful sacrifice, we just not in that. We just not in. Fucking landlord going. Well, you know what? What if everybody in the building said fuck the landlord? What if all of the landlord's tenants said fuck the landlord? What if everybody said, fuck you, Mr. Landlord, we ain't paying you shit this month? You think he's going to be happy with that? No, he might be mad for a couple minutes, but you know what the fuck's going to happen? He's going to start fucking panicking. Why? Because his revenue stream is gone. We affect people's revenue streams. We have to understand that. We have to understand the fact that because we impact these revenue streams, we have power. And they're trying to make it seem like we don't. You got all these people jumping up on social media. Oh, you guys go ahead, go. We don't need your business anymore. We don't want your business. Okay, fine. We'll give it to ourselves. But that's our fucking problem, y'all. That's the hump that we have to get over as a fucking people, man. And I'll say it every week, and I will debate any fucking body. That is the hump that we need to get over. We need to stop I've said this before too. We need to stop validating these fucking people. We need to stop validating their fucking value systems. Stop it. We need to adopt our own. We need to do things for ourselves. Fuck waiting for these motherfuckers to put a school in our neighborhood. We need some rich black people to go in our fucking neighborhoods, assess the shit, and put a fucking school there. Same thing with the fucking church. I'm so over the fucking church. I'm so over the church. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they want you to fucking come every fucking week. They want you to be devout. They want you to be, but when it comes to any kind of real community activism, these motherfuckers are nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Speaking up for the community, we're too busy fighting our own selves. This church is gossiping against that church, and that church is gossiping against that church. And these people over here ain't real Christians. These people don't really follow the Lord. And I seen this one over here backsliding last week. Shut the fuck up. All you church fuckers, shut your bitch ass up. I'm so sick of you because you don't help. You don't help. You sit here and you wait for supernatural intervention. You don't help. You're not fucking proactive. Plenty of our fucking neighborhoods don't have schools and all kind of shit. The church takes in billions of dollars every fucking year, and they can't build a fucking school. They can't help with a fucking hospital in our neighborhood. No. I lived in a community where they had a hospital, right? There's one hospital in the entire town. Everybody went to it. They built a hospital out by the interstate, close to where all the new development of all the new big nice houses where, most of the white folks live at. And the hospital that was in town where the black folks, they shut that bitch down. They wouldn't even keep it open. But it could have stayed open if the people in the community had said that. If the people in the community had expressed the fact that they needed this fucking hospital. If the churches and all the black leaders in this community had said, hey, listen, not so fucking fast. We are people too. And not for nothing, as much money as they fucking take in, they could have all chipped in and opened that hospital. But what the fuck did they do? No, nothing. They sat there and they gossiped about the other church. They went down to the fucking Cadillac dealer and got them a brand new fucking Cadillac. And these people fucking came week after week and sit in these fucking pews and give up money and wait for God to fucking turn their light bill back on. Fucking stupid, man. Fucking stupid. Fucking detached. I'm so over the fucking church because the church does not protect us. It just doesn't. It doesn't have any good advice. They flip through this fucking book and they give us the same regurgitated messages over and over and over again. And it never, ever helps. Oh, yes, it does. No, the fuck it doesn't. Go look at your fucking neighborhood right now. Go look at the state that we live in right now. Look around right now. If you prayed to God, do you think that God would let these motherfuckers do all this crazy shit they doing to us? Oh, well, God, test some people. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. God gives man free will. Shut the fuck up again. You need to shut the fuck up with all that God, because you don't know. People keep speaking for God. Stop speaking for God, okay? You're not God. You're not ordained. You're just a fucking man out here trying to make some fucking money just like everybody else. Shut the fuck up. Over it. Fucking over it. So over it. I mean, we have a super painful history in this country of our children and adults being killed or falsely accused or just plain denied justice. And where the fuck is the church? Rarely do you say, oh, we're gonna stand and we're gonna march. That's all we fucking do. We don't do shit else. We don't do shit else. And I'm sorry that this has turned into mashing on black people, but we need to fucking get it together, y'all. We need to understand some shit. Some people do, and I will commend those people. The people that understand, the people that get it, the people that can read between the lines, the people that see what the fuck is going on. This is not for you. This is for all the motherfuckers who just are out here fucking waiting in the fucking winds, waiting for some shit to happen. This is fucking stupid. It's crazy because all the shit that has been happening to us, that shit has happened to us historically. In our history, that shit didn't just disappear. This shit still shapes how a lot of black people are experiencing the criminal justice system today. Dead ass. So I need you to do this. So when your child, right, black people, when your child is the only person, the only black kid in a group of white friends, you shouldn't just be thinking about whether or not they are having fun. You should be thinking about whether your child is going to be protected if something goes wrong. You need to think about a whole bunch of things. You got to ask yourself some difficult ass questions. Who's going to believe my child? Who's going to speak up for my child? Who's going to tell the truth if there's any kind of accident or a fight or somebody gets killed or hurt or something hurt really bad? Who's going to fucking say the truth? Because as we're starting to see, motherfuckers that are that they're starting to lawyer up. Motherfuckers are lawyering up. That's your fucking friend, and if that's your friend and you doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing, you shouldn't have to lawyer up. These motherfuckers are erasing text messages and all kind of shit. You shouldn't have to do any of that either. Is what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Our fucking history, again, has shown us that black people so many times have been, like, left in the fucking lurch, fucking asked the fuck out while they give everybody else. I mean, look at Rick Child. They just gave this motherfucker the benefit of the doubt, too. They give everybody the benefit of the fucking doubt while they shit all over black people. It's fucking, it's infuriating. It gets to be to the point where it's like, come on, y'all. I mean, it's just, now it's like, what can we do to them next? What can we do to push them, to poke at them, to prod them? What can we do next? That's what the fuck it seems like. Because really, make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. These people are really trying to bait us into the streets behind this shit. And black people, we have to hold the line. We have to hold the line. This shit is going to be over. And it is unfortunate that this is happening to our children, but this shit is going to be over here in a little while. In a little while, as soon as this motherfucker, the issue is this: we can't do it while these people are in power, because then they have justification. They cannot. Once they are out of power, then their shit is going to start to crumble. While they're in power now, they're in their fucking heyday. There's nothing we can really do. You know what I'm saying? Except for, continue to be vocal, continue to document and chronicle these things, and continue to stay vigilant. That's the only thing we can do right now. But no, we could do a few things. We could boycott the shit out their ass. You know what I'm saying? We could boycott the shit out of everything they fucking have. I will not spend another fucking dime in Popeyes. Not that I, eat at Popeyes anyway, but I'm not going to none of that shit. I don't go to, I mean, now, I don't go to Target. I don't go to fucking Walmart. I don't go to Home Depot. I don't go to Lowe's. I don't go to nobody who voted to take my fucking voice away, who voted to make this present day America our reality. Okay? So, now, I'm not saying that every white person is a danger. I'm not saying that every white person is dangerous. You got to watch out for every single white person because every single white person is out to get you. That's just not fucking true. That's fucking preposterous, as a matter of fact. I mean, my producer, okay? I myself, my producer's my best friend, okay? In the fucking world. We've been friends since we've been fucking kids. And I myself have been in situations, and at times I have felt less than safe in my environment or around the people that were there. But fortunately for me, my man understood the assignment, and me and him had to clean some clocks. You know what I'm saying? We had to give out some tune-ups. You know what I'm saying? We had to do that a few times. My man has stood right the fuck up when, and a lot of times when I didn't even know what the fuck was happening. Stood up and was like, yo, my man, what the fuck you talking about? You talking about my friend right here? Because you can't be doing that. Because I'll bust you in the fucking mouth as he busted him in the fucking mouth. And I was oblivious as to what happens. But that's what I'm talking about. Some white people are genuinely upset, are genuinely fed up with the bullshit of other white folks. It's the truth. I'm going to take a quick, fast break, and I'll be right back. This is Darren Harris Podcast.
This is the Darren Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Darren Harris.
All right, so I'm back. Yeah, like I said, man, I've been, the only black dude in a room full of white folks, stares and looks and all kinds of shit. And I've had both positive and extremely negative experiences in these environments. Extremely negatives. And a lot of times I'm not the person to turn and walk away. I'm not. But I've had some friends, some white friends say, "Hey man, let's go. Let's go." When I wanted to stay and hand out some fucking tune-ups, because I was angry. But my white friend, God rest his soul, Ron Rouse, man, he was one of my best friends in the world, Ron Rouse. God rest that man. He said, "Come on, Darren, let's go." We were in a place, and I'll go ahead and call it in Lake City, fucking Florida. As racist as it ever wanted to be. In Lake City, fucking Florida. Lake City, racist ass, fucking Florida. That's where the fuck this happened. I'm in a place, a little bar, and I had just come back to town, actually. I was out of town for years. Came back, hooked up with my man Ron. Let's go get a beer. Cool. We go to a place, and as soon as we pull up, I look outside. As soon as we pull up, we look, and there's 6 or 7 bikes, like Harleys. And we go in the bar, and I've been in this bar plenty of times before. As a matter of fact, I used to live in the trailer park behind this bar. And yeah, I know, right, a trailer park. And me and my buddy Ron, we go in this bar, and we get a pitcher of beer. We put a couple quarters in the pool table, and a guy walks over and said, "Hey, man. Pardon me, but what the hell are you doing in here?" Just like that. And I said, "Well, I'm having a beer with my friend." And he said, "Well, this ain't the place." Just like that. "Well, this ain't the place." And I put my pool cue down, and I turned into this motherfucker. And my friend Ron grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "Come on, Darren, let's go." I said, "No." He said, "Come on, let's go. We don't have to stay here." And it kind of upset me, man. We got in the car and we left, but my friend Ron recognized that, and he was the one who was not afraid to say, "Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. Let's just go. We don't need this. We don't deserve it. This was years ago. But I will say this, though, about that experience. I mean, I've been in a lot of racist situations, but I got to say that was probably the nicest get the hell out of the bar nigger speech I ever heard in my fucking life. It was very, very polite and shit. Pardon me, sir, but what the hell are you doing in here? Just it was fucking ridiculous. This isn't about, like I said, fucking shitting on white people and telling everybody that all white people are untrustworthy. You can't trust them. They're all going to fucking hurt you. They're all going to fight. This is not about that. This is about recognizing that racial bias is fucking real. It is real. It's still here, y'all. It's real. And when something bad happens, we have to a lot of times we've faced unequal treatment, incomplete investigations, and sometimes, like I just said earlier, we are just flat out denied justice. Simple as that. This person who just lost his life down here, one of his friends, his pops is a fucking judge. So this motherfucker is just, he's been told not to say shit, all kind of shit. Fucking ridiculous, man. So this is what we have to do. Okay? Black people, black parents. This is what we have to do. And white folks also, man. And you know what? While I'm at it, yeah, fucking white folks too. Everybody too. We have to teach our children that friendship is earned and it is not assumed. So many people get on meet. Oh, this is my fucking friend. I used to be that kid, because I just wanted people to like me. I wanted to be liked. I wanted everybody to smile and have a good time. As I got older, I realized that can't always be the case. And then the older I got, the more okay I became with it. The more I understood why it needed to be that way. We have to teach our children that friendship is earned and not assumed. We also have to teach them that trust should be built through character, through consistency and accountability, not simply because somebody just calls themselves your fucking homie. You know what I'm saying? That's my homie right there. You don't fucking know me, man. I'm not your fucking friend. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got to be well vetted, man. We got to teach our kids that they should never ignore their instincts just to fucking fit into a group. If something don't feel right, chances are that shit ain't fucking right. And that's the fucking truth. Don't ignore your instincts. Oh, well, I'll just, maybe. No. A lot of times when we do that, bad shit happens. No bullshit. A lot of times when we just ignore our instincts, bad shit happens. And what do we say? Damn it, I should have did that. Do not ever ignore your instincts to try to fit in with somebody. Okay? Fuck these groups. If they don't want to accept you for who they, find another fucking group. They are out there. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So my heart does go out to, black children who live in areas where they are, their numbers are few. My heart goes out to them because I've grown up in that situation, and I do know that it can be quite difficult. But I've also grown up. I was a military brat. I grew up on a military base, and I'm also from New York. And so, my whole upbringing has been around other cultures. My whole friend groups, all of my friend groups, all my life have been made up of multiple cultures, not just me in a group of this other culture, or me in a group of this, it's a lot of my friend groups have been made. Now I have gone through that, where it's just been me and my friend group, maybe, 3 white dudes and me, I have been there. But again, these white dudes have been well vetted, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't hang around anybody. And now, I really just don't hang around anybody. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? We got to teach our children that if they're ever the only black person in a space, they should be aware of their surroundings. They should know who they can call. They should have an exit plan and never be afraid to get the fuck out of Dodge if some shit don't feel right. Simple, this shit don't feel right, I'm out. Peace. Just like my friend Ron. My friend Ron was not afraid to say, hey, Darren, let's go. I wanted to stand there and whoop some ass. But my friend Ron was like, listen, we could take the fucking high road on these motherfuckers. And that's exactly what we did. Now, black parents, I want you to internalize this right here. And after I say this, I don't let nobody separate you from this thought. And the thought is, there is nothing hateful about teaching our children survival. Nothing. We're not being hateful by telling our children to watch out for that group of white boys over there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing hateful about that. There's nothing racist about learning from our history. Okay? Again, we've gone out with, people and ended up in fucked up situations after trusting people. You know what I'm saying? That is our fucking history. You know what I'm saying? And never let anybody gaslight you or browbeat you into thinking you're crazy or otherwise. Fuck that. That's people who are extremely shallow in the fucking in the head. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that all black parents have to prepare their children. I mean, I had to for some dangers that other families never even have to fucking think or even talk or even think about. It's fucking ridiculous. It's okay. All right? Don't let nobody, this is black shit. All right? Don't let motherfuckers stand, I don't give a fuck what you think. This don't have shit to do with you. Okay? Move along. These are not the fucking droids you're looking for. At the end of the day, our goal, though, should never be to isolate our children from white people or anybody else from that matter. That is our ultimate goal. Our goal, that is not our goal. Our ultimate goal, I'm trying to say, is to make sure that our children come home. That is goal number one of every parent. And however that has to happen, we got to make that shit happen because every black parent deserves that and every single black child deserves that. And I don't give a fuck. I mean, I really don't give a fuck who don't like it, who doesn't fucking think so. I don't give a fuck. What happened to Nolan, what happened to this kid should have never have happened, especially if he was with people who called themselves his friends. What happened to Nolan Xavier Well should have never happened. That's fucking crazy. It's crazy, especially around people who call themselves his friends. And I'm just not gonna be shy about it. You know what I'm saying? I teach all my kids. We got a granddaughter on the way. Gonna teach her too. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm gonna do this is because our children really are not safe in America. They're just not. They're targets. And until every child receives equal protection, equal justice, and equal value under the law, as black parents, we cannot afford to mistake acceptance for safety. We just can't. Our children's lives are too precious to ignore the lessons that our history continues to try and teach us. We cannot ignore that. Okay? So the question was, should black parents continue to let their children hang out in friend groups or in spaces where they are the only black person? And I gotta say, man, I can't let my son, I can't let my daughter, I can't let my grandchild, nobody, man, nieces or nephews, without these people being vetted. And I just don't think so. I mean, at this current juncture, and as unfortunate as it sounds, I just don't think so. I don't think it's safe. We're okay. I'm sure you are. But Muhammad Ali said, if there was a 1,000 snakes, right, and out of these 1,000 snakes, there was 10 good snakes, that didn't want to hurt you to nothing. Do you hold the door open for those 10 good snakes and risk, those other, 1,000 snakes making their way through in to bite you? Or do you just close the whole fucking door? Think about that, y'all. I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Darren Harris Podcast, y'all. Think about what I'm talking about, man. Think about what I'm talking about. Black parents, white people. You know what I'm saying? If you are a young white boy that has a bunch of white friends and you only have one black person in your friend group, think about whether or not, are you a safe person? Are you going to stand up? Will you speak up for this person you call your friend? Or will you bitch out like these people did? All right. I want to thank my parents for giving me the mouthpiece and the brain. And also, I want to thank them for having this talk with me when I was younger. I had this talk also. And I encourage all black parents to have this talk with their children. And I encourage all white people to have this talk with their children as well. I really do. I want to thank my wife because she indeed is my biggest fan. And I don't know what I would do without her. I want to thank my best friend, man, Jesse C. Yandel. Hey, man, thanks. I appreciate you. And it was day one, ride or die, man. And it still is, fucking 40 years later. I love you, bro. I want to thank Gentry Thomas for the platform. And last but not least, I want to thank all of the listeners, everybody out there listening to the Darren Harris podcast. I do appreciate it. I really, really, really do. I hope that I'm giving you guys some good content. And feel free to, reach out to my producer and tell me something that you want to talk about. All right? So until next week, man, sit down with your kids, man, and make them understand that the world is dangerous, but they can still go out and have a good time. All right? So until next week, y'all, have a good one. Peace.
You've been listening to the Darren Harris Podcast. Subscribe to the show, give a good rating, and everything you need to know is at DarrenHarris.com.